Good morning, everyone. Ron Crider here again. It is April the 3rd, Friday morning at 8 a.m. when I put these numbers together. Let's take a look at the global cases. 1,030,628, an increase over yesterday of 78,457. Global deaths, 53,975, an increase of 5,655. U.S. cases, 245,573, an increase over yesterday of 28,851. Deaths in the United States, 6,058, an increase of 858. Florida deaths, 144, an increase of 43 over yesterday. Florida cases, 9,008, an increase of 1,235. Florida hospitalized, 1,167, an increase of 177 over yesterday. Okay, let's take a look at Dade County, 2886, an increase of 684. Broward County, 1481, an increase of 133. Palm Beach County, 737, an increase of 121. Martin County, 31, an increase of 1. St. Lucie County, 48, an increase of 1. Indian River County, that's Vero Beach where we live, 41, an increase of 6. Brevard County, 49, an increase of 2. And in Orange County, 541, an increase of 83. 541, an increase of 83. As you can see, the numbers are going up. They will not go down for a little bit. We haven't maxed out yet. We haven't started sliding down the good side yet. Just keep watching. I don't put these numbers up to scare you. This is just to give you an idea of where we are. As I say, they are relative numbers. They lag by as much as 7 days. So there could be a lot more deaths. There could be a lot more cases. We just don't know yet. The news is next for Friday. Good morning, everyone. It's Friday, April the 3rd, 2020. And this is the news for the Treasure Coast and Indian River County, and more important, Vero Beach. I'm broadcasting to you from my home studio here in Indian River Shores. So yesterday, according to an executive order issued by Governor DeSantis, all persons in Florida shall limit their movements and personal interaction outside their home to only those necessary to obtain and provide essential services or conduct essential activities. Those activities include going to the grocery store, gasoline stations, healthcare, pharmacies, childcare, and a few more. They also said that it's okay to go to church if they're having church activities. So there's a lot of people who find a lot of problems with that, not because of the church part of it, but because of your relationship and association with people close by you. It's just a good idea to stay home. There are plenty of religious services that you can see on TV and participate in. I'm going to tell you a little bit more about what Bishop Barbarito had to say for the Catholic organization here in just a moment. Let's take a look at the weather report today. This afternoon, warm and mostly to partly cloudy with highs in the upper 70s and 80s. Light winds out of the northeast. Very low chance of showers today or tonight. It was like 58 degrees this morning. It's going to be in the low 80s today. Today and tonight, mostly clear skies with low temperatures in the 50s inland and 60s along the coast, light and variable winds. On Saturday, mostly to partly cloudy, sunny with highs in the 80s and easterly winds. A few showers are possible. Sunday, partly cloudy and breezy with highs in the low 80s. Winds out of the southeast, isolated showers are possible. So it looks like we're going to have a pretty good weekend here on the Treasure Coast and here in Vero Beach. We've been talking about those ships down in Fort Lauderdale, the pair of Holland America Line cruise ships. Well, they finally have docked. The Zaandam pulled into port about 5 p.m. yesterday, and the Rotterdam docked shortly thereafter. Out of an abundance of caution, those guests will be transported in coaches that will be sanitized with limited person-to-person contact while they are wearing masks. The guests who have not left the ship since March the 14th have self-isolated themselves in their staterooms since actually March the 22nd. Holland American Line said 45 guests who still have mild illnesses and are unfit to travel at this time will continue to be isolated aboard the ship until they are fully recovered. The cruise line says less than 10 people need immediate critical care, and the company has secured approval from a local health system partner to treat those passengers. That smaller number is the only group that will require any support from the medical resources in Broward County. There were 880 guests and 583 crew members on the Rotterdam, and on the Zaandam there were 442 guests and 603 crew members. There were 52 residents from Florida, on board, according to Holland American Lines, and there were also 4 children under the age of 12. So they actually came up with a way to do it. They got the ship in. Everything, I think, is probably going to be okay. From my standpoint, my own personal opinion, they should have been able to have done that 2 or 3 days ago, at least when the ship first arrived. Oh, one thing I forgot to mention, at least 2 people have died on the ships because of COVID-19, and 9 have tested positive. Okay, here's a business about washing your hands and all that sort of thing, so it's probably important to go over it. Before we do that, I'm going to show you something here. Let's see if I can pull this up and give you an idea of what I did. There you go. So what I did is I made myself a mask, and I used just a men's cummerbund and wrapped it around and tied it off behind my neck, and that's kind of like the easiest thing you can do to do something like that. There is let me go, I have one more picture here I might be able to show you if I'm really good. Here's another way to do it for ladies. This is an idea of what they've done. They took a headscarf and then wrapped it around their face like that. So that's yet another way to do something such as that. Wash your hands after you bring your groceries home and put them away. Keep in mind, using disinfectants isn't necessary unless you're sharing space on your counter with someone who is exhibiting signs of a respiratory illness or has been exposed to the virus. Non-porous containers. The FDA says no current evidence is there to support the transmission of the virus from food packaging. If you are concerned, it can't hurt to wipe down the non-porous containers like glass or cans with a disinfectant wipe. Washing produce. I was mistaken about this. I thought people touching the produce was going to affect it. Rubbing fruit and vegetables under running water and scrubbing those with hard skins can remove pesticides, but there's no evidence that the virus can live on those foods. However, it's better to be safe than sorry. Earlier on, when we first started talking about this, I was saying going to Publix and getting the groceries there, I'm mainly referring to the produce, was not really a great idea because everybody and their brother's been touching them and feeling them and squeezing them and so forth. Well, forget all that. I was wrong. I'm first to admit I was wrong when I was wrong. And by the way, what did your parents tell you? Did your mom or grandparents ever say, never, ever, ever touch money and then touch your face or your hands? Money is the dirtiest thing on the planet because everybody has touched this money, especially paper money and coins and things like that. So best to use a credit card or whatever, but cash, bad idea. Don't use cash if you can get away with not using cash. Okay, there are a couple of scams going on around here right now, and be very, very careful if somebody calls you up, you go online and you see these COVID-19 in-home test kits. There aren't any approved at the moment by the FDA. It is a scam. There's no such thing as a in-home test kit. And not to fall for emails offering instant financial assistance. The government will not call you to get your information. There are reasons why elderly people are targeted by this, mainly because elderly people do have a source of income like Social Security checks or some form of income. The younger people don't have that. So elderly people are more targeted. Don't fall for any scam like that. It's a very bad idea. Here we are sequestered in our homes doing the best we can with what we got, and somebody pops up on your internet and says, hey, I can help you out. I can get you some money immediately. All you have to do is just give me your bank account information and I'll put it in there. Well, they won't put it in. They'll take the money out, for heaven's sakes. Don't do that. Anybody does that or suggests anything to you, be proactive. Do something. Call the Area Agency on Aging. Well, that's a mouthful. The number is 561-684-5885, or call law enforcement officers if you see something like that. Come on, let's try to prevent this stuff, especially people who are trying to scam somebody old like me. Don't do that. I don't know whether you can get away with it with me or not, but there are people that are vulnerable. Let's not do that. Well, it's hard to say what's happening with the business community, and local manufacturers are doing their bit to pitch in. There's a place called Avant-Garde Designs in Palm City, Florida. They generally create really cool cars, but now they've jumped in with their laser 3D printer, and their employees are making face masks. They've just finished about 1,000 of them. They sent 500 out already yesterday. They put their heads together and came up with a mask design, and they assembled them and they sealed them in a bag in 30 seconds, and bang, out the door they go. They've really worked very hard to put this together. They're donating those masks to anybody who needs them, who has or in special needs. They're donating them. They've shipped some to Puerto Rico as well. And of course, you heard me say yesterday about Piper Aircraft. Piper Aircraft here in Vero Beach, same deal. They got together and decided that they were going to manufacture some of these masks, and they've done 10,000 so far, and they will continue to make as many masks as they possibly can, as long as they can get the materials to do so. But they have the assembly line, and they can do it. I did do a video the other day on Evergreen Private Care. For you folks who can't get out, don't want to get out, several people have called me and said, what's this all about? Tell me. Evergreen Private Care, it's open 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. The deal with that is they have private nurses all over the counties here on the Treasure Coast and Space Coast. And if you give them a call, whatever time it is, the number is 772-291-2990. They'll send a nurse to your home. That nurse will come with her computer. She'll get online with a real doctor, and the doctor will diagnose what your problem may be. We're hoping that you're only doing this because you may feel like you have COVID-19. And if you do, she will have a kit with her to give you a test, and she'll take all your vital signs and all that sort of thing. It does come with a price. It's not inexpensive. I said yesterday it's not cost prohibitive. As I recall, it's like $125 or something like that for them to show up and appear. And then there's just additional charges for the testing and things like that and talking to the doc. But this is not for everyone. I'm not suggesting, give them a call right away. It's a great deal. It's a great deal if you don't want to leave, you can't get out, and if you're not terribly concerned about a couple of $100 to get checked out in a hurry, and you don't have to go to a doctor's office. Going to a doctor's office and going to the hospital is a bad thing to do. If there's any way you can avoid going there, the reason, there are sick people there. Why would you want to go any place where there are sick people? As I said before, the Cleveland Clinic here in Vero Beach is doing testing 7 days a week from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. You have to have a pre-arranged appointment. You have to call this number, which I will put up on the screen. It's 772-226-4846. So you have to be screened by this person first before you go over there, and then they'll do it for you. They also have facilities at Tradition down in Port St. Lucie and in Stewart. I don't have the numbers for those, but you can find them very easily when you go online and go to Cleveland Clinic. Okay, here's the story. Bishop Gerald M. Barbarito said that COVID-19 has caused a serious health emergency, and it's causing a lot of problems in this area. It needs to be dealt with carefully and prudently. I'm kind of paraphrasing what I said. The Diocese of Palm Beach covers Palm Beach, Martin County, St. Lucie County, Okeechobee, Indian River counties, and its churches will not be available for public masses or private prayer until further notice. Now, I have to tell you this. We operate two radio stations, WJPP 100.1, pretty much for the Stewart area. It's pretty hard to reach up here, but it is online. WJPP 100.1 FM. It's a Catholic radio station, Catholic all the time, 24 hours a day. And in Palm Beach, WPBV 98.3. And it's, again, all Catholic all the time. Pretty much EWTN programming. They're good radio stations. And I will put that information up, and I will put it on the website. And they also stream 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. So if you're Catholic, and you don't have to be Catholic, but if you particularly are Catholic and want to listen to EWTN in this area, those two radio stations, you can listen to them anywhere in the world, as a matter of fact, over the internet. But it's 100.1 FM in the Stewart area and 98.3 in the Palm Beach area. I'm going to very quickly go through these restaurants once again for those of you who have not seen it. I keep telling you the Tides, Chef Leanne and Claudia. The Tides restaurant here in Vero Beach. If you live here, you know all about it. I don't need to tell you, except she turned her dining room into a grocery store and a liquor store. She serves lunch and dinner, but not serving it there. She brings it to your home. She'll deliver. You can stop by and pick it up. And she has all sorts of groceries. And I did a video on that. Look at my videos and you'll be able to see it. Call over there, 772-234-3966. Zandra Sims at Vines here in Vero Beach. She's doing lunch and dinner as well. It's curbside pickup, 772-234-3341. The Ocean Grill, they're doing dinner from 6 to 8. I can't tell you the number, but I will put it up on the screen when I finish up this video. Mulligan's doing the same thing, curbside pickup, 772-492-6744. The Polo Deli, all sorts of great stuff, but the best part about the Polo Deli is the wine, the prices on wine. There's no place on Vero Beach that you can buy wine for the prices you can get at the Polo Deli. John Marks and Kelly, they're open from 10:30 to 5:30, 772-231-4091. Casey's Place, 772-231-4790. Everybody knows where Casey's is. Walk up to the window. You can call and order some food. Walk up to the window, and they'll have it for you. And then, of course, the new Italian restaurant here in Vero Beach has actually been open for about 6 months now, Francesca's Italian Kitchen. And they're open in the afternoon as well for curbside pickup, 772-257-5540. Another one I've just recently added here, it's a Citron at the Village Shops. And you can give them a call at 772-231-6556 to place an order, and they will bring it out to your car. So that's pretty much it for today. All I can say is what I have said so many times before. It is so important that we can get through this. I'm a positive guy. I'm a very positive guy. And we've been through a lot of stuff. I can't say that I've ever been through anything like this. I tell you, since I'm 79, of course, I was through World War II, but I was a little kid and I was a little scared a lot because I didn't really understand what was going on with the blackout drapes and all that sort of thing. This is a little bit similar from the standpoint that it's scary and we don't know what's happening. And unfortunately, folks, I'm not trying to scare you, but it's going to get worse before it gets better just because we haven't peaked. Those numbers that I give you at the beginning, they're relative numbers. They lag by as much as 7 days. So there may be more cases and more deaths and so forth. And by the way, it comes from the Florida Center for Disease Control. So it's the most accurate numbers I have. I can't get any more accurate numbers than that. They can't either because the reporting is not all that great. But they will begin to catch up. And you just have to keep watching the news at night, watching the president's briefings. They're lengthy. It doesn't take very long to figure out where they're going with it. And I think they're doing as good a job as they possibly can. Let's face it, guys. They're making it up as they go, but they're using scientific data to try to support what they're saying. So we got to give them a break. I'm not trying to be political here. I promise I'm not. I'm not being political at all. But we happen to have a president who's dealing with it. Beating him up is not going to solve the problem. Supporting him is the only thing I can think of right now. I'm not selling the president on you. I'm just suggesting we have to support the cause at the moment. And I don't know. We don't have anybody else to work with except our president and the administration. I saw Jared Kushner on the air last night. I thought he did an absolutely terrific job. I had not seen him do much on TV about this before, but he did an excellent job. Also, Navarro, I didn't say that right. Apologize for that. He's doing a great job of procurement and getting all the medical instruments and things together. So this is a different time and place for all of us. Let's just get behind them and help them out. Stay home. Don't do anything. Get online. There's all sorts of movies you can watch. Look at YouTube. Has all sorts of great travel videos if you like those. If you like to cook, there's all kinds of cooking videos. There's all sorts of sports events you can watch on YouTube. There's plenty of things to keep your mind occupied and do things. Or go out in the kitchen and cook something if you have things to cook with. So just be safe. Stay home. Don't go out. And, it's all going to get better. I promise you, it's all going to get a whole lot better. And once again, thank you very much for watching. If you like it, give me a like. Subscribe to the channel if you'd like to subscribe and get these videos in the foreseeable future. I try to do one every day. Sometimes I do two. I won't inundate you with anything. You don't have to sign up for anything, and it doesn't cost anything. And I don't make any money doing this. I don't get any compensation from any of these restaurants I mentioned. And by the way, if there's a restaurant or somebody providing food or somebody providing a service that you can think of that I should be talking about, please let me know. It's roncrider@gmail.com. Jetson Appliance came here to my house the other day and fixed my microwave. They're out working. They're working hard like they always do. I went to school with Johnny Jetson. He was in elementary school when I was in high school. Can you believe that? And he came to Fort Pierce and started his business in Fort Pierce. He is now the 33rd largest appliance dealer in the United States. He's done a terrific job. Pretty cool guy, Johnny Jetson. I recommend all local businesses, and Jetson Appliance is one that I absolutely strongly recommend. Now, I'm almost finished to say, see ya. Have a great day.